Sessions and cookies are related to HTTP template, HTTP methods and everything, because in a sense, what a session and a cookie is, they're very similar things actually, but they're just pieces of data that you capture from the website and then you send them back to the server. How do sessions and cookies travel? Obviously, through HTTP methods. Let me show you some more code, this time for cookies and sessions. We have 3 files here. One is again my app.py. Is my screen visible to everybody?
Yeah, it is visible. Just guys, like I know like session and cookies is like first time for you. So if you don't understand anything or any network issues there or screen lag is there, you do not worry. We have commented the code and we will be also sharing the document which contains each and every explanation. So you can just take a overview right now. And Arka, your screen is a bit of lagging, so just go accordingly.
My internet has a slight problem today. Sorry, guys. Okay. Instead of starting with the Python backend, let's start with HTML today. This is my HTML code. Give me a second. Yeah. This is, again, index.html. It contains a form. And here, I am telling the user to type in the name and choose their favorite color. Okay, and then there's obviously a submit button. This is again a very simple form, just like last time. We also have an output.html, which is really nothing, just there to as a filler for your output. It'll just show you whatever the value is. Let's get to app.py. Yes. First line again is me just importing a lot of libraries. This is a very important line. App.secretKey equal to os.urandom24. Flask has a thing where it will not allow you to use cookies and sessions if you do not import a secret key. Why do we use a secret key? Simply for security. If you have a secret key which cannot be read by any malicious user, so your sessions and cookies will not be compromised that easily. os.urandom is simply a function I use for making big 24-letter strings, random strings. Let's talk about the main function. Again, guys, I'm really sorry that this is lagging. My internet connection is a little weak today. Okay. First line in the function we have if not session.get.user. A cookie and a session, as I said, are very similar things. Okay. A cookie basically, like when I showed you the index.html, I showed you that the user has a choice of colors. You can choose any color you want. So that information as to which color they've chosen is put into a cookie in this program. And the username with which we send the form is stored in a session. Now, usually in big applications in various companies, sessions are used for sensitive information, like user IDs. If not session.get.user. What do I mean by this line? I had an element, an input element in index.html with the name of user, and you would put your username inside it, and then you would submit. If session cannot get, just like requests, sessions also with session.get, I'm trying to get the value of the variable with the name user. If it does not find anything like this, that is, if you've not yet submitted the form, or this is the first time you're submitting the form, that is, if the session is not set, this line will be triggered. We'll go to the next if loop, which is requests.cookies.get. Yes, cookies also use requests. I had an element named choice, which was used for choosing the colors. And request.cookies.get simply goes there to check which color I've chosen. And just like the previous app.py, we have request.method equal to post. And then
What happened, Arka?
just a second, the screen is lagging.
That's okay. You can just explain in brief. We did not need to explain each line of code,
Yeah, yeah,
as
that's for sure.
we have
Okay,
done each and every single line explanation in our document. So that is fine. Just explain briefly and go ahead.
all right, guys. Color here is simply, again, request.form. It takes the element with the name color, puts it in the variable color. Response equal to make response is important. What this does is it binds. If you look at the next line, that is response.set cookie. So essentially, what make response does is it puts a binding point for the cookie to set itself. I will be showing you what this line does in about a minute. The next line is set cookie. I explained that. Session user. If you guys have done Python dictionaries before, you would know that this is how we usually define an element in a dictionary. We just name the dictionary and then um, put the name of the element in the dictionary. While sessions are not exactly dictionaries, but the syntax is the same. We have our else loop, which will just give out the HTML file, and that's about it for the program. Let's run it. I guess all of you can see this. This is the form that we have. Let's type in our username. Let's select a color. I'm going to select green now. And I'm going to log in. Right. This is the string I had put in response equal to make response. Why did I do this? Well, let's refresh. As it says, please refresh the page. So let's refresh the page. Look at this. Cookie is green, and we are logged in as Synergy. Synergy was put in the session, and cookie was set as green. Let me show you. Cookies. Yes, if you can see this, right here we have the session, cookie name choice, and the value of it is green, same as we put here. This is the session, and this is a 24 character string that I had put in the secret key of Flask. This is why Flask tells you, like Flask makes it mandatory for you to use secret keys, because now my session is more or less secure and nobody really knows what's inside it. It's encrypted, right? Let's close this. I'm going to show you a very interesting thing. Let's open up another window. And let's close this. Let's again put in this thing and look at that. I closed the previous window and I opened a new window with the same URL, and the cookie and the session are still active. So what does that show you? That it shows that cookies and sessions, through, like when the server is running, cookies and sessions are persistent. They stay in memory, and that is why you are able to log in to various web platforms like Google or Microsoft. This is the underlying structure that the big companies use in their websites, right? Let's go over to the PPT. This is a very good explanation of how cookies and sessions work in a good-looking format. As you can see, the HTTP client is, as I explained previously, is the client side, which will be your HTML template, HTML web page. HTTP server is your Flask backend. Login posts. Wait, just a second. This is getting, okay. I don't think I can zoom this. Anyway.
We are going to send the PPT, so it's okay. You can just explain the diagram and it is visible, I guess.
Oh, okay. All right then. Um, we are sending in a username and password by the name of David and David H, the HTTP server. It validates with all the logic that it has. That creates session ID, returns session ID, it logs you in, etc., etc. And then it sets the cookie with a session ID that is a long encrypted key, kind of similar to our flask.secret key that we just did. This is a database on the right side. Okay, it has all of your data, and it looks at the session ID. It looks up the user credentials, which in this case is David, and then it recommends content for David onto the HTTP client, which is the HTML web page. So essentially what happens is you send data using HTTP methods from the front end to the backend. The backend processes that, understands what it has to do with it, and sends back content relevant to you if you are the user that signed in or something like that. And that is essentially how HTTP methods, request forms, cookies, sessions, everything is related in one mesh. Because without any of these, or even one of these, the website will not work properly. The infrastructure you're willing to make will not function as you want. I think that should be it for the explanation. We will, of course, be sharing slides and all the information that is on there. Let's close on this.